Hey Collins,
Yeah, what's up?
that's my phone number. You can call me anytime, man.
All right, thank you. Hey, but we live now, Chuck.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, so had some technical issues a few minutes ago. We back, we live, and hey, you know what? So I already said my thoughts on this stuff, but so Reaper man, Odo T Reaper, introduce yourself real quick.
Hey everybody, my name is Odo T Reaper. I come in many forms, but today I'm going to come in the form of a holiday whisper that says Game Pass rocks, Xbox for infinity and beyond, and we are all going to have fun this holiday season. But my point would be is that inflation and the stacking, to answer Vodka's question, is right here and now. Stacking is when you actually take the same thing and then you basically make it push it forward, kind of like the message I was saying last week
Right,
and before Easter. So when you allow your consumer to take, even if it's one account, you can do this with totally legally too, because this does work. They just don't like Microsoft can allow us to do it because it's convenient. And if it's convenient, then Sony hates you. So I was like, yeah, that's true, but they just hate it because someone outsmarted them in math. That's understandable. But my point would be is that all I have to do is buy like five separate 12-month cards for Game
hmm
Pass Ultimate, and then type them into my wonderful account. And then if I say I basically started them all on 2022, they don't expire till, if there's five of them, 2027.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And then that's called pushing it forward, Doc. And that's what you are supposed to do. You're not
Yep.
supposed to do it by monthly, where you have to have a $20, $25 bill every single fucking Friday. You just do it every 10 years is what I would suggest you do. But instead of have a 10-year account, you'd be all set. And then if you want to re-up your subscription, then yeah. But then that would be the other point around, and that's what Sony wants to basically counteract Microsoft with. They want to
Right.
make you basically pay month or year subscription dedicated by year dedicated. They don't want you pushing like three cards at once at one desk and then not having to come back for that same problem until 3 years later.
Yeah, exactly. Spot on there, Reaper. Thanks, man. Um,
But yeah, and then and we the Microsoft team decided to cancel E3 because it wasn't making enough money, so they wanted to separate it into private shows, whether
mhm.
it be Bethesda, Xbox, so on and so forth. And then that way they can basically focus more on what is Xbox doing this holiday season or this coming generation, so on and so forth.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So
That's
it's
what.
more individual, towards the company that is, presenting what their new products are.
All right. Yeah. And Tuck, man, thank you for joining. Hey, Tuck, introduce yourself as well.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy DJ Tuckmaster 785, the original pony killer. I do mean I can't stand ponies, and I hope the hell they can't stand me. Um, you can read. I will be back on the air this Saturday morning with a podcast on the Xbox Lions Den. I just haven't really nothing to talk about. But since there is something to talk about now, to get these ponies all stirred up, and mad, and confused, and all that stuff, which they already are confused. They was already born confused when they bought the damn Sony state, when they bought the damn PS5. So they was already confused when they bought that piece of shit. So, so let's just get this thing rolling, man.
Yeah. Hey. Well. All right. So I think we all got a lot to say, but today Xbox announced the that on June 12th they'll have the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. So everybody who's been crying about gameplay and release dates and all that stuff, you finally got something to look forward to. I think it's going to be a fantastic show. But Tuck Master, man, what do you think? What do you expect from this show in June?
What do I expect?
Yeah.
I expect greatness. I expect Xbox to really throw the whole kit and caboodle coming up to this from this midsummer to the fall and the winter. I'm hoping that they just done it. They just shut everybody up and let everybody know that that we're the number one people and we got the number one fans in the world and that's it. I mean, I think with the last 2 months, I said, well, I think we can beat PS5 in sales, which sales really don't mean nothing to me. In the past 2 to 3 months or what?
Yeah, it's been the last number of months.
So, I mean, it don't make no difference to me, fellas, but I think it's good because now Sony can sit and talk about, well, we're leaking the numbers in console sales. Now you can't say that much no more. It's just the truth. I mean, you hear all these people saying, well, Xbox turned around and cheated when they turn around and if when they turn around and bought the production of their chips, we manufacture faster. I said, no, it's not. I said, it's what you call business. Yeah. I said, if that's what happened, that's what you call business. Get over it. So
now Sony can, go back to, AAA and Duracell and ask, for portable PS5s to have 50, AA batteries in the back of them, or 100. I don't really care,
But no, Phil. I think Xbox is gonna just blow everything up this holiday season, and I don't think Sony had that really much to really go by. I mean, you hear all these people saying, "Well, this is what Sony's gonna buy." All you hear on YouTube is that they're gonna get Ubisoft. They're gonna get Ubisoft. They got decision to get Ubisoft. I mean, we hear all this talk.
Ubisoft seems to be what everybody thinks they're gonna buy next.
Right. I mean, and that's what these Sony ponies really assume. Oh, well, we're gonna get Ubisoft. I said, dude, y'all don't even have enough money to afford Ubisoft. And like I said in the last podcast, I don't think it's gonna go that way. I think what Ubisoft is gonna do, they're gonna go in and see how it does on the Game Pass. If they can get boost their numbers on the Game Pass, I think they will survive. I mean, let's be real, fellas. I mean, you think you talk about Ubisoft had what? In 1 year they came out with 3 games in 1 year? Mm-hmm. Or was it more than that? I mean, almost in 1 year. Yeah, so and they have to cost a lot of money to turn around and make these games. So, and I know they did good on your Valhalla, but did they do good on any of the rest of their games? So that's the big key. So I think what they're gonna do, they're gonna let Microsoft put their games on their Game Pass, so they can see if they can get a boost on their sales. And and if it does good, I think they might stay in the game. But if they don't, I think they will sell to somebody. I don't know if Microsoft gonna buy them or not, or Microsoft just might buy IP from them. But outside of that, I mean, I'm just hoping that Microsoft in June kick ass, take names, and put Sony in a damn place. So that's all I can say about that.
Yeah, exactly, Chuck. And before I introduce this next man, let me Swan Devaka here. Who else is on Bug Snacks? Not me, but my boy Segman sent a funny video in the chat earlier about that game. But
that was funny as hell, boy.
Yeah, he bought the world's most powerful gamer. Thank you for joining, my man. Introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? It's the most powerful hated historian. Back at it again here on the Unlimited Truth. What's going on, brothers? What y'all talking about? What's the deal?
Yeah, well, the first one that we were talking about, man, is so it's official that on June 12th, the Xbox showcase, Xbox Bethesda showcase. Now, I just want to know your thoughts, man. What do you expect? What are you looking forward to? And anything like that.
I mean, they always do it every year around or almost at around the same time. Jesus. Guys, could you hold that thought? Can you let T Reaper go? Give me 1 second. I gotta do real fast. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, reach for the piggyback off you, man. What do you expect, my friend?
I'm just gonna pretend I don't know so much, but my thing would be is I want to see the new round for the Bethesda acquisition concept. I think it has to do a lot with the upcoming Sega stuff that we're about to do with Sonic.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of bringing back older Sega beloved titles to the forte. I hope to see a preview of Gear 6 because I know that's what they've been working on for a while now. And then
okay.
the other Xbox titles to come this holiday will definitely be one of my favorites, which was going to be the Hogwarts Legacy multiplat and our crossplay, beautiful jewel of Christmas. But that will be my other point at a different time. But the other fun fact is you'll have a different amount of new Game Pass, perks that are going to be shown at the presentation.
No, that's what's up. Do you know what kind of perks?
Like the ones that you can see now, like when you're handing in your Game Pass quest concepts, but they're going to make them better. Because now your achievement system might be affected too, because I saw that guy now just left Xbox. So salute to the 20-year-old designer, man. But I did not know he was the one responsible for doing the achievements and like the fun things we have now. So that was kind of thing to read today. But yeah, so now that he's gone, that's technically what they have to replace.
Okay.
And originally games were only going to have 5 achievements, everybody. Imagine having only one game and having 5 only achievements. That would suck.
Yeah, yes.
I'm sorry. But I feel right
now again, I'm really looking forward to.
Was it? No, it wasn't. But that was just kind of funny. I think now each game has like 50 achievements you can do, and they all lead to 1,000. So it's like. But then the other fun factor to that was like, what are we gonna show the new direction for Xbox? And then that the presentation they did back in March, I think it was March, right? With Sarah and Phil and everybody for that presentation in the morning. But when they did that, they understood that they have to make a new Xbox strategy now that they have to refresh the team and stuff like that.
Right.
Now let me ask you this, King. You think they're going to talk about the? You think they're going to sit there and talk about the family?
The family of devices, yeah.
Right. You think they're going to sit down and talk about that?
We got our special initiative, which is going to still be Xbox Play Anywhere. But the Xbox Play Anywhere, we gotta figure out which devices are really going to be the ones accepted and the ones that are not, and that's going to be the next fun, the fun challenge, I guess.
Because I tell you what game I'm really looking forward to.
If everybody's devices in the same PC, it's still a PC.
But I'm telling you what game I'm really looking forward to, and I hope they really just blow it out the water so that everybody want to go ahead and talk about this little Gran Turismo crap. I hope Microsoft blow that out the water. Just blow it out the water.
I truly actually do believe Xbox is going to acquire Activision. I think we're all going to have a very fun COD holiday, and I call COD revamp, especially if we're
that's already done. You hear about that, Team Reaper?
No, they found no issue with the deal. I saw the article today, but
right.
You still got naysayers that still don't say it's over until it's over concept, which is fine. You can still say that, but then my other thing is if we already see the Kong versus Godzilla DLC go ahead, I say kudos. So
they said the stock. I mean, I think it's done. I mean, the stock members said they approved it.
Yeah, I'm more concerned with Washington right now.
In Washington, I ain't worried about.
Yeah, I'm not really concerned with like the business buyout between the two factions. I'm just concerned what the legal government will say over the entire issue.
I think they'll still go through.
They got their own issues right now. They got to worry about their own damn issues right now.
Doing so, but I hope it really does go through because then it's going to be a humongous change in how we see gamers. I think.
Right.
Imagine if we acquire the Activision by next year, and then all streamers get a boost in their pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't.
There's one problem solved.
look.
Yeah, like you said, one problem solved.
Hey, look, Reaper. I can't wait till them games hit Game Pass. Call of Duty Day 1. Oh, that's gonna be a killer. I think they announced this year's Call of Duty earlier today as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Say it again, Collins.
I said I believe
I
Activision.
personally think it's a good deal for all of gamers, really.
Yeah.
And
Oh
I think
yeah.
it's a way to bring different gamers together if you
Yeah.
understand. So, but then we have the naysayers everywhere.
Yeah.
The troll markets are hot, mad entertaining, especially with your quantum TV problem. But my point would be is it's still entertainment.
Right. And but before I introduce my brother from out there in Chicago, let me say what's up to the chat. Fire Boss, Mr. Kima, Ados X. Thank you all for joining, man. Vaco is here and he's back. But other Zinc, man, you know I always love hearing your input, man. The Xbox Bethesda showcase is official for June. What are your thoughts, man, and what are you looking forward to?
Hey man, I hope I sound good. I'm out and about taking the place of Hebot and driving across state lines, but I pulled over for a while because I want to hang out with the squad. Hey, but yeah, it's like
Is he
you
typing?
listen. You, you guys could hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you loud and clear.
Yeah, you
Okay.
guys like just like all of the the know-it-alls saying E3 is dead, blah blah blah. Phil Spencer told us before COVID started, and when Sony quit going to E3 because they didn't have no money. Phil said, "I'll always support E3. We'll always have a show about this time." I believe his words versus some garbage ass insider like Jason Schreier or somebody or Jez Gordon. So
Yeah.
I knew it was always going to be a show. We don't need anybody else. Sony quit going. And if people want their thing shown, then they'll pull up that Microsoft show. That's why they said something about third party people will be there too. If you want this free advertisement, this free marketing that all major networks across the world's largest market, that the world's largest consumer market, that is the United States of America, that these non-business professionals don't know when they keep preaching marketing and don't know what the hell they're talking about. This is why E3 is important to all of those clown YouTubers that say it's not important, because you get free marketing to a consumer market that controls 2/3 of all consumer goods sold through to consumers. That is the United States of America. Period. That's a business fact. Okay. And
That's
then
true.
if they don't want to believe it, then a Nintendo boss said we make 61% of our money from the fourth quarter in the United States of America. Okay. So that's a Japanese company saying this. That's why Sony moved over here. But what I expect is maybe the second biggest thing. Everybody else wants Starfield. I'm a NASCAR guy. I want to see Forza. Dan Greenwald is one of my favorite guys, even over Phil Spencer, because I like Forza. So I'm looking forward to seeing Forza pull up at native 4K 120 frames per second locked. That's what I'm looking forward to
Oh man.
June 12th.
Yeah, and the Turn 10 devs said that game is going to be a generational leap, man. So I can't wait to see it.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see it. I hope technical wise, Xbox could get their stream at 4K in June, so people could really see what it's like.
Yeah,
Because
I heard you
watching
say
these,
that, Unlimited.
yeah,
What
yeah,
they do, and I learned this from 100 and Live Wires and a few other guys that I trust. When they have to show the show not in 4K because it doesn't stream as well, but it's immediately uploaded in
yeah, yeah, yeah.
4K.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And that's why I've said in the past, man. After watching it, go watch the 4K version because it just feels different. And even with YouTube's compression, the 4K version of these videos just make a world of difference. Hey, Hebot, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, can you speak on your thoughts on what to expect this June?
On the what?
For the Xbox showcase in June, what are your thoughts and what do you expect?
Give me a minute. I'm in the middle of something. I'll be with you right now.
All right, yeah.
Hey,
Well,
let me take his spot on that real quick because T Reaper said something when I was pulling up about what did you say, T? Oh, about the Activision acquisition.
The Activision deal.
I was wrong a little bit. I said that deal was going when they were going to vote on it. I said it was going to be a 99% vote all for it. I was wrong a little bit. 98%
So you're
vote
talking about one
for
number, man.
hey man, it was a foregone
So
conclusion when
you only had 2%ers that did not want it.
yeah, just 2%, man, we blew it. But when you hear major investors like Warren Buffett is in the fold, all
yeah,
he care about is his bottom line. He saw that, hey, I'm gonna make damn near $15 to $20 a share off this. We selling everybody. You know, you have one group of clowns that had 0.6% share
yeah.
trying to get the big boys to fold. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say when I heard T Reaper talking
Yeah,
there.
but the best way to get the big buddies to fold is give them actual really good things to play. If you don't do that, then things just don't sell right away.
Man,
And then
Yeah.
if
look,
you give us Kong and Godzilla, I guarantee you they'll press swipe. So
Oh, you talking
man,
about
hey,
the
yeah. So like, well, I'm like, we only one number off. But darn, man,
I don't know
that's true though. I
what
mean,
factors you can add next to add more money to that, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. So
Warren Buffett, he's making money. A lot of people will be making money off that deal. So that's a done deal, and nobody can do nothing about it.
Yeah,
So
hey, man, shareholders were not going to pass up on those 70 fucking $billion.
no,
hey,
Yeah,
Unlimited. I have a question for you. You and I love things like this more than anyone I know. Hey, Unlimited. How about T Reaper's boy, Jason Schreier, writing this article saying on Bloomberg today before the vote was counted that he thinks that the vote is going to fail for the Activision acquisition. Did you
yeah.
see that?
I saw.
I,
yeah, I saw that
I
today.
have no clue. I have no clue where he was coming from or where he got his information on this, man. But you know what? Jason is known. Jason is known for them kind of hot takes occasionally. Them out of the blue make no sense. How does this dude have a job hot take? Because again, even if you just strip away everything, even if you strip away everything, man, on the surface, you got a company that got offered $70 billion that had its troubles, that stock was going to fall, and all this other stuff. They weren't going to pass this up given the situation. And I just didn't see it happening. And as we saw today, when 98% of the shareholders voted for it, it just proves our point even more. Now the next step, as Reaper alluded to earlier, is the government aspect, and I still think it's going to pass. We had situations like that, Discovery, Time Warner merger, and all these, and other situations recently that went through, and I know that and also another thing is that a lot of these companies they're trying to make these acquisitions now before the government officially puts in laws that kind of restrict them. Because there is going to be a backlash towards these big companies making such acquisitions eventually, but not right now. This is going to go through. This is going to be perfectly fine. And this week, let's not forget, Microsoft alluded to more acquisitions. I believe in the ad even they alluded to more acquisitions, and they hired somebody specifically for stuff like that. So
here also Unlimited. Let me jump on you real quick. That's a good point that Reaper raised when he said he's worried about the government. But here's the part, the business aspect that people weren't looking at, because there were a plethora of YouTubers that did not want this deal to go through, like Rock was explaining when I couldn't get in when I was walking through my igloo trying to go back home, and I kept breaking up. But Rock spoke about that also, And the thing is this is what everyone is forgetting while they're trying to destroy the deal. If Microsoft didn't step in to literally save this situation, there would be many jobs lost and there will be big business loss to a community, and
Yeah.
that stock would have fell through the ground. Okay, so this was a save, and that's something that just cannot be overlooked, because there would have been thousands of jobs lost. And that's a you live in you live in an area where they have big buildings over here, and I believe it's Naperville,
Hmm.
Illinois. uh Motorola left. When Motorola left Naperville, those were huge tax dollars of big giant ass homes that were gone. Okay, you can't afford to do things like that in a community. Okay, so
You got that
it's a
right.
it's a lot of economical savior that's going on with this Microsoft acquisition. That's why the government, they won't even come close to um, uh, nullifying this deal here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and excellent point there, other Zinc. And we got our brother E-Rock X, man, my big bro in the building. E-Rock, man, introduce yourself real quick.
Hey guys, how you doing, man? It's Iraq X. You know the drill, man. Always great to be here on your Unlimited Truth podcast. What's going on, fellas?
Oh man, we're good, man. Look, it's been a great day for Xbox. So we already got started with the discussion. So I'm gonna ask you two questions, and the first one is June 12th, the Xbox Bethesda showcase. It's official. What are your thoughts on it? And what do you expect? And then
Okay.
the second one is that 98% of the shareholders approved the Activision deal as things continue to move forward. Also, want your thoughts on that as well.
Oh man, as far as Bethesda on June 12th, I'm looking forward to Starfield. That's all that's on
Hmm.
my mind is seeing Starfield and seeing what Bethesda has next. And if they're doing a Bethesda show, they're obviously not just going to show Starfield. So if we see a little bit of the even a teaser of the Elder Scrolls 6, I mean that's a win-win because the Xbox is now officially the home of Western RPGs, and
Hmm.
it's what everybody's so afraid of, and I love it. I can't wait for that Bethesda show, and I'm excited for it, man. I can't wait. Gotta wait all the way till June. You said?
Yeah, June 12th.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that makes sense because E3 was always in June. Okay, yeah, I can't. I'm excited about that, man. Starfield, uh, um, a Bethesda RPG in space that mixes like Mass Effect elements with, uh, yo, I'm excited. And as far as the shareholders, approving what 98% to go ahead with the merger. I mean, this is like people going to a baptism and they're surprised that the fucking water is cold. Like everybody knew like we've got to stop it. We've got to get in contact with Elizabeth Warren and we've got to stop this. We got to stop this. Once these boards of directors decide that they're going to make a move, they are going to make a move. Nothing's going to stop them. There was no antitrust here. There was no monopoly. There was nothing. It was going to go through. All of these big mergers are going to go through for better or for worse. For worse, in the case of Discovery acquiring fucking Warner Brothers, I mean, some of these mergers are always just fucking dumpster fires. Like when AOL had bought Time Warner back in 1997, but that's a whole nother
Hmm.
story. But as far as this man, yeah, once these board of directors decide that they're going to sell, that's usually it. That's usually it. Nothing's going to stop these big deals. So I mean, it's just a great day of just Xbox news. Great day if you're an Xbox fan. Bad day if you're the usual suspects that all you do is
Hmm.
hate on Xbox. Y'all suffered another scintillating failure, and y'all just keep bringing this on yourselves. I'm loving it, man. It's great to
Yeah.
be Team Xbox, and I'm looking forward to a great year.
Yeah. Well,
Absolutely.
Absolutely, and thank you, E-Rock. And before I get to the other side of the track, because on Xbox, man, we're the rich folks right now, man. We're living it up. We partying. We in fucking high rises with champagne and bitches. And the other side of the track, they broke. They broke, and they looking at us, so they hating because they don't got nothing. They ain't got women. They ain't got money. Hell, they don't even got cars. They got ride a bike to work and shit. And and he bought drop. So if he bought, he bought. Let me see, because he bought. You good, man?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Hey, you got time to speak?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Just like in the middle of me just coming in, somebody
Yeah.
came up, and I had to deal with them real quick.
Yeah. I know, man. I know.
Sorry.
You got to make that money.
Unlimited production said, "Do he got time to speak?" That's like asking Pope to the Vatican got time to deny miracles.
No, no. You weren't here, E-Rock. You weren't here, E-Rock. I asked this dude like 2-3 times to speak on these topics, and both times, he bought, man. He was selling that moonshine out there. So
Yeah.
so he bought, man. What are your thoughts on the Bethesda
I
Xbox
was
showcase?
well, I was doing a transaction, but it's more figure related. I'm selling some stuff to somebody. You got to try to make that money the best way you can.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I ain't never mad at somebody making money, man.
No, I mean, it's great that they finally announced it because everybody was like, "Oh, they haven't said nothing. That means they don't got nothing to show, or they're not gonna do anything." And Microsoft with Phil, he's been super vocal for the longest. He said a long time ago that he's always gonna embrace E3 because it's one of the best times of the year and one of the best things and events in gaming to celebrate it, right? No matter what. And a lot of the people downplay it. They're like, "Oh, we don't really need it because it's expensive." When the reality is, they say that because they know their company can afford to spend the money to make that effort for E3, and because they don't have the money, so they're trying to, cut corners, basically. But I'm glad they announced it. I'm looking forward to it. I hope.
Oh, you there, he bought?
He cut his mic.
I'm going to see Hellblade. I'm pretty sure to see Hellblade up and running. Because they said they're far into development and doing really well. I'm hoping that there's obviously some surprises, some nostalgia maybe that we don't expect that they're going to talk about. But it's one of those things that you can speculate all you want, but we're really not going to know until it's said and done. But I'm glad that they're doing it because at least that gives us something to look forward to. It shows that Microsoft is still committed to the most important or one of the biggest events, for the gaming community. And it just shows that they still care. I mean, they have the money, so I know they can do it because it's easier for them. But at least it still shows that they care and people can't downplay it. And I hope they come strong with a nice showing so they can just shut up the naysayers like they do. They always have something to say. I'm surprised that it's so late in the month. Usually they do it earlier, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna get a show regardless. They said that when E3 was canceled and people try to celebrate and all that dumb shit.
yeah.
Gamers could be their own worst enemy sometimes. So we knew it was coming. It's just glad. And for those who don't know, June 12th is on a Sunday, so be prepared. It's going to be on a weekend. So
Yeah.
so we should have plenty of time to talk about it that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but the point is, just to piggyback off what you're saying, um, for me, I think what I'm looking forward to most is just seeing more. Cause they announced like 40 something games, 30 something games. I
Right.
just like to see where they're at now, all these years later. Similar to how we got the
Right.
Hellblade 2 gameplay in December. That's
Right.
what I'd like to see more personally. New games is always great, but I'm good. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even if we don't really get new games and just get gameplay, I'll be happy with that because there are so many fucking games.
Well,
They
it's
got
not.
I
It's
mean,
gonna be nice to see where the games that they already have announced are
yeah,
at this point, like a
yeah,
Valve, and again, maybe even Fable. They'll show Fable. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see fucking Forza, the new one. We're gonna see something on Forza. Maybe even a release date because I have a feeling they're gonna do like they did with Forza
yeah.
Horizon, where they just dropped the bomb. Oh, it's coming out this year, and people didn't really expect it. You know what I mean?
Mhm. You know what?
Um,
And I've been sitting on this one for a minute. I think Avowed is going to come out sooner than we think, either late 2022 or early 2023. My gut,
right, right,
I just have a gut feeling we're going to get something like that. Similar
right.
to how last year. You remember last year it was just game after game. I mean, the Ascent, the Gunk, Flight
Mhm.
Simulator. I think we're gonna be in a situation like that in the second half of the year again.
Right, right. I mean, a lot of people say and even myself that I think they should spread it out where you get something early in the year and even in the summertime because in the
I
summertime there's really not a lot of game releases.
Yeah, oh, I agree. But
But we all know the time of the year when people got the money to spend
yeah,
most of the time is
exactly.
usually in the holidays. So that's why they tend to do it that way.
Mhm.
But the only thing that's scary about that is that I hope that because let's say they have 3 or 4 big AAAs coming out for the holidays, that it don't overshadow another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's
Agreed. Let me jump on Hebot real quick. And I think they were testing that this fourth quarter because I
Right.
wasn't it Flight Simulator came out in October,
Mhm.
then
In August.
Forza
It came out in August.
came out in August. Okay,
Yeah,
well then,
August.
and then they
Oh,
packed it hard with Forza Horizon 5 dropping in
that came
November.
out in October.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Halo came out 2 weeks after that, and then full Halo came out December 8th. So they wanted to, I think they were kind of testing themselves with two
Yeah.
powerful games that Forza, I think that topped out at 20 million by January 22, and Halo topped out at 28 million players by January 2022.
Well,
So that's a good point.
remember, other Zinc. Remember too, we because it's like you said, we had Ascent and we had Flight Simulator in August, right? Then I think it was in September we got the one with the music that's really
Oh yeah, the
nice,
Artful Escape.
the Artful Escape, right? Then after that, in
Psychonauts.
October we got Forza Horizon 5. Then in December, early December, we got Halo, and then the middle December we got the Gunk.
Right. Oh yeah,
You know,
and like Erock said, we had Psychonauts, I believe, in September as well.
yes, we did
Yep.
in September. We
Yeah.
had
So
Cycle. Even
yeah.
though I don't mention it because it was multi-plat. Now anything going forward that's
Nah.
exclusive,
No, no, no,
that's
no, no. I got nothing but respect for you, Keybot. But
yeah,
nobody
of course,
supported Psychonauts the way Xbox fans did.
absolutely,
And,
absolutely,
and,
100%.
and
That
the
was an
thing,
Xbox game.
yeah,
I am 100% agree. I agree.
the
But the reason
the
why
same way.
I'm just saying in the sense that since that particular title wasn't exclusive for Xbox, but anything going forward from Double Fine will be.
Mhm.
That's the only reason. But you're right. You're 100% right. That game made its money on Xbox.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
This shit here is a Can you guys hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we get you.
This shit here is a very dangerous dance. And if I was a game company or a movie studio, like there's a reason why studios and game companies look toward that October, November, December release date. You every
Yeah.
once in a while you will have a hit. Like for some reason in February, Elden Ring was a hit because word of mouth and
Yes.
hangers on, everybody jumped on it. But look how
Yeah.
many games came out in February and just forgotten about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Forbidden
Horizon.
West.
Horizon. Yeah. Right.
That was their big gun.
But Iraq. But to be fair, those games were broken and they have fucked up issues.
They
Yeah,
suck.
yeah, true, but but that's true. But also, I just don't understand why Sony. Why would you release all your shit January, February, and the beginning of March? I'll never understand that logic.
Well,
And
Right.
I understand,
E-Rock, I do.
and I understand. Well, cause I'll lose my train of thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
I understand why. Damn it. Asobo Studios is releasing in June.
Yeah.
They want to avoid all of that shit coming out in November.
Yeah.
Like Warner Brothers, they're releasing the Harry
Gotham
Potter
Knights.
game.
And
Go,
Gotham Knights.
in October and
man,
Hogwarts
man,
in like
man.
November.
And
Hogwarts.
the Hogwarts. Yeah, that's
Hogwarts.
how they.
You guys listen to me now. I've been wrong about shit before. I'm wrong about a lot of shit. And I'll be wrong tomorrow. But Hogwarts, that's going to sell 9-10 million copies
Yeah, it's
easy.
gonna do well. It's
Like
gonna do well.
the game has a better release date than the fucking movie. I'll never understand why Warner Brothers released Fantastic Beasts 3 in fucking April. You always release your big shit in
Summer, the summer.
November. So
Well, the summer.
the summer, but really Harry Potter and James Bond's always been a November franchise.
Right. Holiday.
So Warner Brothers must got something big coming out in fucking November if they move
Well,
that movie
E-Rock,
to April.
remember too, E-Rock. This year, the big summer, the big winter movie is gonna be the Avatar 2. They just brought out the release the
Right.
name of the movie is Way of the Water. That's the name of the movie. It's coming out this year in holiday. The trailer comes out like with the Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, but that's why Starfield. I think Starfield's got an excellent date coming out in November. That's
Right.
smart. That's smart. You save your big guns for November for the very
Yeah.
reason
Yeah,
that
for the holiday.
other Zinc has always said, man. That's you. People are going to buy games October, November, December because they figure that's the holiday. It's always
Yeah,
been that way.
yeah. Plus, Redfall's supposed to be the summer, like Vodka said.
And that makes sense. And that makes
Mhm.
sense. That feels like a summer game. That makes a ton of sense.
It's a new IP, so it won't be overshadowed. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm looking, and same thing with Plex Tales coming out in the summer makes sense also.
Yeah,
We're
it
gonna
does.
there's a demo coming out, I think, in June for PC and Xbox. There's a demo coming out for Plex Tales.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, in June 10th, I think it's supposed to come out.
Yeah, man, these studios they're losing millions of dollars, man. I mean, people just think that these companies can just spit these fucking games out, and
Yeah.
it's like you got to be really careful. Like he probably remembers was it last generation or the Xbox? No, it was the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 generation when all those
Yeah.
studios bit the dust. They're
Yeah.
not here anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me answer also piggyback on E-Rock when he said why does Sony release their games in the first quarter like this? Well,
Yeah.
the thing is they don't want to compete for holiday money. And let me pull
Right.
a Hebot right here and go back
Mhm.
to the past. Well, remember Gears and what's that Naughty Dog game that everybody overrates today?
Uncharted.
Gears
Mhm.
and Uncharted released at the same time, and Uncharted got smoked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
and they
Yeah.
never forgot that beating they took in the holiday season. And the next time they tried to release a game during the holiday season that was huge was Gran Turismo went head to head with Forza, and Forza came out. It was Forza 7, Motorsport 7, and Gran Turismo Sport. Gran
Oh,
Turismo Sport released at the beginning, I think, of October or August, and Forza released I think the last week of the month and still beat that shit
yeah,
MPD. Still
of
beat it.
October.
So they don't
I
want that
mean,
smoke.
to be
Yeah.
fair though, Zinc, come on now. Forza 7 compared to the Sport. That shit was dog shit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And but what I mean is Sony looks for a spot where there's no competition.
Yeah,
They
because
didn't
they're
think
afraid of
Elden
getting.
Ring
Yeah.
right. They didn't think Elden Ring was going to do what Elden Ring did. I
Did
didn't
right.
like it.
Nobody
I
did.
didn't, Nobody did. I know I didn't. So they thought it was safe to put that broken ass Horizon Forbidden West and that Gran Turismo Sport remake at the same time. They didn't think it would be any competition, but it was.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's funny, it's funny how that plays out. And you guys raise a good point because they even released like God of War back in 2018 in like fucking April, and
Right.
so yeah, so
Yep, they
so
want it by itself.
and you know what, and while he bought and Think and E-Rock were breaking it down wonderfully, it did hit me. Another thing that they like to do is have them games on sale during the holiday
Oh yeah.
to prop that up because they did that
Yeah.
with Spider-Man. Spider-Man came out in the summer,
Great
and then
point.
by the holiday when it was packed with the PS4, they were able to hype up them numbers when it was selling with the console and all this other stuff. That's another thing. They're going to do
Yeah,
that
yeah.
this
That's a good point
holiday.
because
With
Yeah,
that's what
Ghost
they
of
did with
Tsushima
Spider-Man.
yeah,
remake.
yeah. This
Yeah.
holiday when Horizon is for $20 and this Black Friday in October and stuff, they're gonna pull the same thing and try to use that to outfit Starfield when it comes out day one.
Told you guys that I guarantee you that God of War will be pushed to the early next year. That mark me. I'm telling you, it's gonna get pushed to early next year because Cory
What is?
Barlog came out not too long ago talking about we still don't have much to show because we want to make sure that when we show it, the game is ready to go and it's the right thing to show you. I'm telling you, God of
Yeah.
War will be pushed from this holiday. I'm telling you.
And he bought. Let me say. Hey, let me say. Look, I admit when I'm wrong, and I think I'm gonna be wrong on that because my original thing was that they're gonna release it this holiday because
Mhm.
they don't want to sacrifice two holidays in a row getting beat by Xbox. But after listening to y'all, I'm gonna say I'm wrong on that, and I could 100% see it be pushed back to next year.
Dude, with all
Well,
that
It's
hey, let
start,
me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Now, when you think they're gonna push that? When you think they're gonna put that God of War out? Because if they put it against those big bangers that's coming out in the wintertime, it's gonna get lost in the shuffle.
My
I mean,
thing
you can't. I
is
mean,
Sega Man.
it's gonna get lost in the shuffle, y'all.
What I think Sega Man, I think they'll release it. If it comes this year, it's gonna come like right around June, July, or somewhere in there, or maybe August.
Around
But they won't
September.
let not September. I don't think it'll be September. And I could be wrong, but I don't. They want to keep it by itself. But if they release it, it'll be in that September to June, July window. But they won't fall into
Right.
October or November to get beat.
but that's the
Right.
thing.
Because
Other thing. That's the thing. I don't think they're gonna have that game ready by September. You have a great point. That would be their best way to release it because that's what they did with Spider-Man. They released it in September, but I don't think God of War is gonna be ready by September. That's only three
oh
months away.
man.
You know what I mean? Remember, and that's like I said, Cory Barlog did a video not too long ago, like 2 weeks ago, talking about that game's not ready to show yet. That they want to make sure that they show it's ready to show and that the game is polished and that it's good, and ready to go and show them something great. I'm telling you, that's the beginning stages for them to kind of like mends their fan base, so they'll be like, oh yeah, yeah, we good, and then at last minute, oh, we're sorry to tell you, but we want to make the game right and we want to polish it. We want to give you a good product, so we're gonna push it for early next year. I'm telling you.
Hey,
Watch
hey,
it come
hey,
out
he
in March or April.
Hey, Bob, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this because we talking about E-Rock's favorite game, God of War. Let me ask you this. So
Right,
they delayed this game for 2 years. Why
right.
are we not hearing from Jason Schreier and Dustin Legary that God of War is in development hell? Why are we not hearing all
Well,
of this
because
shit
Why
with
you
one
say
mode?
they're not gonna take the risk, right? With their good relationship they have with Sony to be like and try to because for them that's like, oh, we're bad mouthing Sony. In reality, it's not. It's just keeping it real, like you say. But for them, it's like, oh shit, if I do that, I'm gonna taint my relationship. Then they won't, we won't have this relationship with Sony where they'll give us the game or give us incentives or be cool with us, and that's why they won't do it. They'll do it with Microsoft because they know no matter what, you know how Microsoft is. You know how Phil is. Even when people talk shit about them, like Giant Bomb, like Jeff, that other dude, whatever his name is, Jeff from Giant Bomb, that
Jeff
motherfucker.
Grubb,
Yeah, and the other dude from Giant Bomb. You know what I'm talking about. That fat
Jeff
fuck,
Gerstmann.
Gerstmann, that motherfucker. He always talks shit about Xbox, and what does Phil do every time? He sits down with the guy. Oh, you guys are great. You do great work, and sits down with him and acts cool with him. They know Microsoft doesn't cut them off.
I hate that.
Microsoft is always very professional.
I hate that about them. I really
I
do.
know.
I really fucking do. I hate
E-Rock,
that.
I would love to see.
I
E-Rock,
fucking
I would
hate.
love to see.
I come from, and I will be this way till they put the dirt in my face. I come from the
Same.
world of scorched earth. You,
Right.
to me, you get what you give out. There's no
That's
fucking
right.
way in
That's
hell
right.
I'm gonna
I
sit
agree
there
with
and
you.
break
I
bread
agree
with
with
you. And you're gonna talk. Look, we got Xbox has enough money now where they shouldn't give a fuck at this point.
Exactly. Right.
We don't need we don't need
Now
y'all.
imagine other thing.
We don't need y'all to put us over.
Imagine E-Rock running the Xbox division and they do shit like that. Oh my
No,
god.
I'm not going. No, don't ask me that. Because if E-Rock was running the Xbox division, I'd be right there, and the whole earth would be on fire every fucking day.
Because
No, E-Rock's right. Listen, I feel the same way. I may not always, verbal it out, but it's true. I hate that they're always the goody two-shoes, kumbaya type of attitude. I know they're trying to be professional, and their mentality is kill them with kindness. I get it. But we're old school. We come from the streets. We come from the hood. And our mentality is, you want to burn bridges with us, motherfucker? You're gonna get what you receive,
because
what you get.
Because Peter Moore and Steve Ballmer wasn't like that. And it took me years to understand what everybody gave Don Matrick shit. Oh, Don Matrick, he ruined it. I dug what Don Matrick was saying that day. Well, what did you do?
That's what I said. I respected what he was doing.
Us folks that don't have the internet. Well, we have a console
and the truth of
Xbox 360.
E-Rock, and the truth of the matter is, Peter Moore had nothing but success being that way.
Yes.
He had nothing but success. He proved that you could be that way and have success. So there's not like you can't have success. There's no way.
Because Xbox 360 was rolling. They didn't need nobody.
Right.
And this was after the Rare Ring of Death, and they was like, fuck everybody.
Oh, yeah. There's no fucking...
I'm like, these my kind of niggas. Fellas,
I agree.
I'm not. You talk shit about me. I'm not gonna break bread with you, cuz. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, it's true. Especially if we take care of you and then you still talking shit. It's different if you did it once and then you say sorry and you don't do it again. But these motherfuckers keep doing it. No, fuck that.
Right. Hey, and like Mass Erect, in the chat. Mass Erect in the chat just brought it up again, and I didn't get a chance to throw a rock, but you guys killed it on Sunday when I was coming on Sunday or Monday. He talked about God of War being DLC, and that's all these cats are giving you, man. And it is DLC. You're gonna have the same hard ass water that he's gonna canoe through, and you're gonna
DLC to a $70 14-hour daddy wonderful babysitting job. That's what it was.
Now check it out, hey fellas, check it out. I tell you what. Now what I'm hearing is that they're gonna be coming out with another remaster with the Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
So I'm getting you right now. They don't come out with
let that fucking game die already. God damn it.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. But watch and see. Watch and see, Bob. Watch and see. Yeah. If they don't come out with God of War,
14 hours.
That's gonna be their biggest hit. That's gonna be their biggest hit right there. Is the Last of Us remake?
Yeah.
And that's a damn shame because that damn game is old as hell.
GTA 5 and The Last of Us need to be taken out the back and put out their fucking music.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. A 10-year-old game is way over. It's way overdue.
Last of Us, that shit going back to PS3 and they still talk about that shit. Like,
well, they probably say that about Halo. One thing you got to do when you're a game company, man, you got to hold on to your franchises. What you don't do is you don't milk them for 40 fucking years.
Yeah, but it's not a new game, E-Rock. That's what he's talking about. It's not a new game. They're trying to remaster part 2, I think it is.
Hey, E-Rock, there's only one thing about it. When's the last time we had this be our first Halo game, 5 years?
Yes. Yes,
6 years.
I mean,
almost
6
6.
years.
Yeah,
Well, 7
yeah.
years.
So
Yeah,
it's brand new, and they plan on keeping this around for the next 10 years.
And,
Yeah.
You know,
hey,
and I'm
look,
hoping that they do. I
hey,
mean, I hope they do what they say they're gonna do.
hey, look,
They can keep it fresh. If they can keep it fresh, like I hope they do, they can keep it around that long.
It's gonna be a little challenging because they never did a game Halo like that
No,
way.
I
But
mean,
once
but
they
it's
get
like
the
I said.
once they get the swing of things and they get the adoption of how they're trying to do it, I'm pretty
Right,
sure Halo's gonna be fine. Yeah.
right, but it's just like y'all said, it costs money for these games to
Oh
be
yeah,
made.
absolutely,
So if
absolutely.
they can keep them around for a long time, that's
Yeah.
fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, I'll go back to what Erock and Zink talked about earlier. On Xbox One generation, you guys remember the game Murder Soul Suspect that was actually published by Square Enix. The day the game came out, that studio closed its doors because the
yeah,
game did not sell at all. And it was a really good, unique, brand new IP. Private detective, you're a ghost, you're a spirit, but you're a private detective and you're trying to solve the mystery from the other world, like from the world of the dead in the
Oh, I
living.
love that
That's
game. That game was fun. I enjoyed that
It was an
entire thing.
awesome game, great idea. They closed down
I want a
the
second one.
day the game released because it cost them so much money. It had no fucking pre-sales. They didn't fucking market the shit at all.
yeah,
Square Enix,
that's
and the
square.
game did not sell at all. And you guys heard Yuji Naka came out today, right? And fucking spilled the beans. I don't know if you guys saw it. You guys
I
saw it?
no,
No, what happened?
Okay, Yuji Naka, you guys know, is the creator of Sonic, right?
Absolutely.
The
Great.
creator of
He is
Monkey Ball,
great.
right? Remember he did the game Balan, right? The Wonderland Balan that came out, right?
yeah,
That
Mhm.
I was telling people that it was a really beautiful game, had a lot of potential, but that something felt like it was off, right? Do you know they fucking let him go and did not let him finish the game, and he left and took them to court like a year and a half before the game was done and sued them. And he said that Square Enix don't give a shit about the gaming community or gamers, and that he sued because the game was not finished.
he bought man.
And he showed the fucking documents. He
He,
showed the documents.
hey
Man,
at some point we got to talk about Square and their bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you took
I
out
never
the
seen a
truck and chopped your
publisher
head off.
throw
Yeah,
so many
that's
devs under
exactly
the
what
bus.
we did.
I mean, look at that. Look at LA North. I mean, LA North was a good
I
attempt
think
at
that's how.
Oh yeah,
he
Eleanor is
also
a
came after
fantastic
him,
game.
too.
Erock talked
and,
about that many times before. That game is awesome.
and that game bellied up too.
Oh yeah, yeah. He
Hey
said
man, I
that
got a
they don't.
question.
Yeah.
I got a question. Before earlier, you probably missed it, Erod, but Unlimited got mad and he just pulled the plug on the show when the show first started. So he had to restart the show. But
Oh okay.
when they started the show, they had a conversation. I wanted to hear what Erod thought about this and how they were Unlimited and the guys were talking about how PlayStation went in and stopped people from
Oh,
stacking
yeah, hey man.
PlayStation
Oh
memberships.
yeah.
I was about
Yeah.
to get to that. I was about to get to that, Zink. And you know what? Let's do a whole roundtable about that. So, Erod, go first, man. Since Zink want to get your opinion on that.
Wow, way to be anti-consumer. I
Yeah.
mean, just crazy, man. I nothing they do surprises me. Like he bought in the chat, the Exile podcast chat, he left this meme of this. It's like a silhouette of a dog, and the dog is taking his shit. And
I loved it.
and
I
under the
loved it.
dog and under the dog taking his shit is the Sony fanboy with their mouth open. They just swallow whatever Sony does. It's just like wow, man. I'm getting to the point now, man. At 53, I'm almost tired of talking about these fools because it's like they're not worth talking about anymore. But no matter what happens, they never fail to amaze me by how much they'll shill, by how much they'll just take it in the ass from Sony. This is so anti-consumer. In fact, the entire idea of what this PlayStation Plus is anti-consumer. Demos
Oh
behind a
man.
paywall, can't stack your subscription. The whole shit is just anti-consumer, and they just take it and take it and take it and take it because of their love of a box. That shit is just crazy to me, man. But it's par for the course. They deserve whatever Sony gives them because they just sit and take it.
They deserve to be mocked and laughed at this point.
Yeah.
The stuff that I see in E-Rock is next level, but like the Sony Sims, whatever you want to call them, corporate slaves, cult, whatever. I mean, demos hidden behind paywall. Oh, this is pro-consumer. Sony stopped stacking. Oh, this is going to help them. It's like they wouldn't help their family out of a fire before they help them.
Man.
Look, the real reason. Can I go next? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead, Ebot.
The real reason, this is my belief, okay, and I could be wrong. They're not allowing them to stack is because they don't have a real way to keep track of that, and that way they can make sure they can keep making people and forcing them to keep subscribing, so that they can make money. Because, like I said, Sony's hurting for money. Their fucking stock dropped again. I think it was yesterday when they made the announcement of certain stuff. It dropped again like 6% or some shit, some crazy number. And people, look, it's like Unlimited said, and I think E-Rock said a few months ago. Yes, Sony won't be going nowhere anytime soon, but it's just a matter of time. Their days are going to be numbered because they keep making these fucking stupid anti-consumer moves that is going to come to the point that eventually the people are going to be like, nah, fuck this. They're going to get tired of it. And they're already starting to catch on to it. That's why you see the perception and you see the momentum shift where the consoles are even selling more on Xbox and PlayStation because people are seeing the difference in the value of what you're getting, which is what we've been saying for years, since the Xbox One, not Series X, since the Xbox One. The value that they were offering and feature sets and quality based versus what you were getting on the PlayStation 4. Because this started since Xbox One, even though people want to say 1,000 times, even though other things, one of the only people that's been like me on my side, Microsoft didn't lose the Xbox One generation. Okay? They may have lost console sales, but they didn't lose. They absolutely won. And they won in every way possible. They won so hard that's why they haven't been able to been stopped since the beginning of this generation so far. Because that shit carried right over.
Billions and not the negatives.
Yeah, that shit carried right over, to this generation. That's why they almost look at this point like they can't be stopped because they keep doing the right decisions for their fan base. And it's all about that value. That is why I believe Sony's doing this thing about, oh, you can't stack it because it don't make no sense. They want, it's almost like they want to make you sure that they force you to keep subscribing no matter what. Yet they're trying to say that Microsoft is the one that does that. Oh, they want to keep making you force you to get subscriptions when Microsoft is offering to first-time comers to Game Pass for $1. It's a fucking unheard of. $1 subscription to the access of over 400 games with day-and-date exclusives and even third-party. Who fucking does that? Sony doesn't do that. Nintendo definitely doesn't do that. Like,
Sony's not gonna do it either.
How the fuck are they forcing you? They charging first-time comers $1. And no, that's not what they do where you pay $1 for, ongoing subscribers. No, that's just the first time you subscribe to Game Pass. They offer you Game Pass for $1 the very first time. Not, you don't get offers every once in a while for people that already been in it for $1. For those that try to push that narrative. Oh, because King Thrash was one of them. He always say that shit. That was one of his arguments with me. Oh, but sometimes you just pay $1 for that month. No, you don't. It's only first-time subscribers that pay $1 the first month. That is it. So don't be lying like that. That's false narrative. So yeah, that's what I believe. That's what I was gonna say, Unlimited. That's what I think. That's why they're doing that.
Good stuff. Hey, Tuck, man, what are your thoughts on Sony stopping stacking?
Man, I play this, man. I play this. I'm gonna pull a red page. I'm gonna pull a page from all of y'all, straight up, and y'all know how I am. I do not give a fuck about Sony. They can kiss my black ass, and that's all it is to it. Because this don't make no sense, fellas. Why the heck are they doing this to their fan base? I mean, it's stupidity to me. I mean, Xbox do all the right things, but Microsoft always get the hit. But these doggone people from Sony brand, oh, it's the greatest thing.
Especially their long-term subscribers, especially them.
And I don't understand that. I just don't understand that. I mean, it's like I'm gonna give you a good example. It's like what you told me, Hebot. Like, I got the Xbox All Access on my other Xbox. Now just think about it. I hadn't even activated it yet. So, but by August I have to activate it. But when I activate it, I will have actually 3 years on Xbox Live. I will actually have 3 years because you get 2 years with the access, right?
Yeah.
So I will actually have 3.5 years on the plan that I got now. On the plan I got now, because I hadn't even activated. But you can activate it anytime when you want to, and they will include that with the one that you already got on your stuff. So is Sony gonna do that? Sony ain't gonna do that. So, like y'all said, this is the one good thing that we love about the Xbox. Xbox always do for their customers. If there's something that we don't like, which there's nothing that we don't like, but if there's something that we don't like, we will tell Microsoft about it. Now, I think sometimes they listen. I think the majority of the time they listen to their people about what's going on with the system. And all that's the reason why you got the preview program and all that stuff, where you can turn around and write down things what's going on with the Xbox and all that stuff. Man, this stuff with Sony, man, it bugs the hell out of me. I mean, if we're going to talk about this doggone other thing, I mean, that's anti-consumer. But what you think about this doggone Democrat? That's even more anti-consumer. Making people pay for demos. Man, please. Man, Sony, that's the reason why you would never, ever get me to buy a Sony brand. I have not bought a Sony brand in my house since I bought the PS3. When I bought the PS3, when that home fell, I got rid of it. I got rid of it because I'm thinking that home is gonna be like live. You get what I'm saying, fellas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that home is actually gonna be like live. But when you get it, it was a lot of junk. I mean, I'm not gonna say it wasn't a bad thing, but I'm over here thinking that it's gonna be like live. And now they talk about bringing it back. Now somebody come about bringing that back. I said, why y'all even want to bring that back? Some of the stuff that y'all do is so doggone ridiculous and so stupid. It's pitiful. So the only thing I gotta say about that is that I'm like E-Rock, I'm like all y'all other brothers in this doggone, I'd be glad there'd be a day when that doggone Sony station fail. Will be glad there'll be a day when that fail. And that other thing that we're going to talk about later on, I'm going to get to that later on. I want everybody here at this round table to get their opinion on what Unlimited is saying about this. But that demo crap, come on, y'all. They doing the same thing with that too.
Sony knew this was coming. This shit was inevitable. Me and Bob been telling y'all this for years. This was anybody that's been alive for more than 40 years has seen companies come and go, has seen the changing of the guard. This was inevitable. but I believe deep down over in Osaka or wherever, PlayStation knew this was coming. I mean, it's just not by happenstance that they moved PlayStation's headquarters to California. That was an unprecedented move. That means like, yo, we don't let y'all Americans handle this shit. Good luck with this shit. Their worst nightmare came true. Their worst nightmare was an Xbox that had the full support of Microsoft.
Oh
And
yeah,
once they got past all of that bullshit with that ridiculousness with E3
I agree.
2013
I agree.
and got rid of all of those studios that wasn't producing, whether I understood it or not, introduced Game Pass, whether anybody understood it or not. Oh, this is garbage. This is garbage. Started buying publishers, and now look how everybody is bitching. Everybody is crying. Oh, they're just buying up companies. They're just buying up the world. We gotta stop them. You can't. You can't. There's nothing you can do. Well, Sony is still the market leader for now. For now, once Xbox takes Japan, it takes Europe. That shit's going to erode, and it's happening now. It's happening now. Just sit back and watch what happens in the next 5 years. I hope we're all still alive because fucking COVID and heart disease been killing motherfuckers like fucking. I hope we're all still alive to see it, but man, that's going to be a happy day when PlayStation goes out of business because nobody deserved this more than them. You got some people say, well, how is it going to help gaming if PlayStation goes out of business? We won't have to see y'all motherfuckers on Twitter no more. We won't have to deal with y'all stupidity no more.
Yep.
Bye. Good riddance. Bye. And we can get back to gaming.
Oh,
Hey, look,
but
look.
E-Rock, but like I always have said, and he can witness this. I've always said when they went on to Japan and they put their streaming service over there, what do Japan people like to play? On their phones. When you can get the same graphics off your Xbox onto your phone, dude, you can't beat that. That's a no-brainer. That is just a damn right no-brainer. And I've always said, hey, Nintendo's in trouble too.
If you lose Japan, y'all precious homeland that these PlayStation fools worship is over. Now there's those that'll say they'll never lose Europe. Let me tell you something, man. It isn't a coincidence that Microsoft and Xbox have partnered with Barclays Premier League over there, the football league. That's not an accident. So if they get Europe, this shit is over.
Yeah. Hey, E-Rock. Sony's already losing Japan.
Absolutely.
As a report from late last year stated, those PS5 games in Japan aren't selling. They're
Nope.
sitting
Wow.
on the shelves.
Neither is that big ass PS5.
Yeah. So, and not only that, the Japanese market is frustrated with Sony because they feel like they're catering way too much to the West.
And they left.
And so since Sony, and lastly, Sony is focusing so much on these big budget AAA games that they're ignoring the kind of games the Japanese audience likes. Example of shutting down Sony in Japan last year. So they're already losing the Japanese market.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
I want to ask all y'all something. What is the only game that Sony been talking about for last? What did these ponies have they been talking about for last year? God of War, Spider-Man,
And Wolverine recently.
and Wolverine. So what are they talking about? That's the only three games they talking about. And Jim Ryan already said that there ain't gonna be that many IPs. Like because it costs too much. These games cost too much to make.
Yep, he did say that they're going to make.
And he said that too.
Yeah, they did.
And before that, Sean Layton said that before they said it. He said that at E3. But when they still had $5 to go to E3. But to answer, like Hebot was right. I do believe Xbox won that last generation. A console sales is not a barometer of the money you make.
No.
Right, that's true.
You don't make money off the hardware. You make money off of the software.
And
Sony doesn't have recurring profits from any of their software. They're trying to force it with Gran Turismo. And the thing that we were talking about stacking, Sony needs the money. Like you guys said, they need the money, so they're squeezing everything. Their version of Game Pass, you hear how they tricked the one developer. They had a 500 or 50,000 or 100,000 playable unit contract with, I forget the company that sold this game, and it wound up being downloaded 4 million times. All Sony had to do was cut them a share in the profit. But Sony was like, no, man, we need this money, so we're going to keep it for ourselves, you know? And then you have the way another way that Sony is squeezing, trying to make any amount of money as they can. They're remastering games and putting a little bit out there, like Ghost of Tsushima director's cut. They'll sell that around the fourth quarter. They're just selling remakes, you know. And it's like, and then they squeezing people for demos. You know, you have they won't let you stack, so they want all the money they could possibly get. And like he about was saying earlier, it's like this. I found out when I was in college, man, way back. I was like 89 or 90. Notre Dame made so much money. They have so much money coming in from people that just want to be associated with Notre Dame. Notre Dame is not a big university like Michigan. It's like 50,000. Ohio State is damn near 65, 70,000. And Michigan prints money. People donate money to Michigan, but they have too many students to do what Notre Dame was going to do. It was a proposal on the table that if you got admitted to Notre Dame, you went there for free. That's how much money comes into Notre Dame. And Microsoft, they made so much money off Halo, Forza, Gears, Xbox Live. In the beginning, they said, hey man, we have a surplus. Let's do something different. And this is where they were going to give in 2013, they were going to remember they were going to allow us to buy one game and share it with 9. That's forward thinking. But everybody was in such a uproar about Connect being mandatory. I wish they didn't make Connect mandatory, but it was mandatory, and it caused them to pull back on buying one game and sharing it with 9 people. They had all of this stuff figured out, man. And then you had Game Pass. They said, well, how can we get people in a service? And Don Matrick helped out Netflix by putting them on a service and gave them an easier avenue to distribute their movies. Okay. And now all of this comes full circle. Now you have this Game Pass situation. And I hope that this family plan thing is true. Then I'll just have to pay for one game instead of a game for my son and I to share, then pay for my daughter's game. But, you know, they just had enough surplus to share with everyone. And like the guys were saying, Microsoft is giving us something. They're giving their consumers something. Sony is really literally squeezing the shit out of people. And I'm listening to E-Rock's voice when he first commented on this to kick this off. He sound disgusted. And I'm disgusted. And I'll be glad when Sony's ass is gone. People's like, oh, that you shouldn't want a company to die. No, I do want them to die because they don't deserve to be here. Then they could take their stupid ass fan base with them. Like the same jokers that cussed out David Jaffe. How could I cuss out Joseph Staten or one of those early Bungie guys for my favorite game? I'll never cuss those dudes out. If I disagree with them, I tell them why I disagree with them and let them explain itself, and that'll be that.
Because David Jaffe, one of the greatest developers and one of the earliest fathers of PlayStation, Twisted Metal, God of War, he's a gamer now. He's not a fucking zombie like he used to be. And he's speaking positively about Xbox. So now he's the enemy.
Big time. So yeah, man, but that was my piece on that. You know, they just have to squeeze people to make their money when Microsoft doesn't have to squeeze people.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that, E-Rock, the reason why they were cussing him out is because David Jaffe said God of War was like a DLC.
Yep.
And it is. It objectively was supposed to be a DLC before they pulled Spider-Man Miles Morales and turned it into a standalone game. There's no debate in objective fact. But that's why I got no sympathy for them. That's why I just laugh when they defend Sony ripping them off. That's why I don't get upset or angry at Sony for doing this
Nope.
stuff, because they deserve it. They deserve for years saying stuff like who wants Game Pass, $1, EBT pass, Xbox game is trash, nobody wants to play Sea of
Come
Thieves.
on now.
Uh, just a decade of being wrong, a decade of just being wrong about literally everything, and to see it blow up in their face. And now they got it. Now they got to live in a world where they got to pay for demos, they got to pay for backward compatibility, they got to pay for cloud cloud savings, they got to pay for remakes and remasters instead of what we got,
Hmm.
just backwards compatibility.
With the
Uh, uh,
upgrade.
yeah, with upgrades. And now they even going as far as defending it. I got zero sympathy. Let it happen. Let them
Hmm.
suffer. Let them just deal with it, and see that, and see, and since they refuse to acknowledge that all this shit is bad, not my problem. All right, I don't invest in Sony. Not my problem. I don't buy Sony's products. Not my problem. However, since they spent years attacking Xbox and Xbox
Hmm.
fans like Keybot and Erock, I'm gonna just sit back and laugh at them. That's where I'm at with it. That's why my entertainment is just watching them just do mental gymnastics, man. Try to win that gold medal in mental gymnastics
It,
that they fell at
that's
bad.
right.
Right.
If you
And
if you if you're listening and you have been a fan of the Erock X channel the last 6 years, I thank all of you. I thank everybody that's listening, who's ever out there, all three of you, whoever. But over the next few months or whatever, you will. If you're wondering why there's no more videos of me going after other dudes, or going after our haters, or talking about PlayStation, or making memes about PlayStation, and why you're only seeing gameplay up, just because there's nothing else to talk about. Unlimited production. There's nothing else to. They've killed themselves. They shot themselves in the foot, and they did it over a sustained period of almost 9 years.
hmm
Me and Unlimited Production have only known each other for 2 years, but we've always said in private conversations and on the, other podcasts, how can you be wrong consistently and still have an audience? How can you be wrong consistently and still have the unmitigated gall to get in your computer and tweet? How can
hmm
how can you, like, usually when you're wrong all the time on your job, they fire you. These PlayStation fans have been wrong. You've been wrong about everything. And instead of just saying, like David Jaffe, hey, I was wrong. Like Dustin McGarry, even though his motives are dubious for
hmm
clicks and shit, hey, I was wrong. I was wrong. And me and Hebot could have celebrated and was like better late than ever. I don't care. I don't. Other city. I said, I, me and Hebot, our job from 2015 to 2017 or 18, even 2019, was to stop the spread of misinformation.
hmm
Before, we used to go around telling everybody what a wonderful value Xbox is before Game Pass, and even after Game Pass. Now I'm 53 years old, dude. I got a family to take care of, man. I got bills to pay. I don't give a fuck if you don't have to buy an Xbox. This I don't care that Sony is, excuse my language, ass raping y'all with no grease. I don't care. Y'all deserve all of this. So now, as Unlimited Production said, all we can do is laugh and enjoy gaming. You have no voice. You have no horsepower. You lost the horsepower battle. You lost the games battle. You lost the silicone battle. You lost the publishing battle. What else is there? Why should I waste my time even addressing PlayStation or their fan base anymore? You guys have lost, and you lost spectacularly. And you don't even have the dignity to say, hey, I was wrong all these years. I
Yeah,
have no
and
respect for
that's
you.
unbelievable. They can never speak up. And like Mass Rec and Vodka going off here in the chat, and like Mass Rec said, uh, Sony is really they don't know what to do if they lost Call of Duty because that's their moneymaker. If E-Rock or I were had any say in what they were doing, ain't no way in hell Call of Duty would be coming to the PlayStation. I don't give a damn how much money I lost that it wasn't on PlayStation. It would be addition by subtraction because
Mhm.
they wouldn't have it. We would have it. They wouldn't have no money. We still have money. They will go buy. Period.
Mhm.
They ass
Mhm.
out of here.
Mhm.
Hey, Elder
Mhm.
Zink, but I'll tell you right now, check it out, man. This is one thing I don't get about the whole doggone thing with this with this thing with they Game Pass and all that stuff, what they want to do and all that stuff. And it's like E-Rock said, how dare you turn around and just keep on keep on going for Sony. I mean, they screwing you big time. This Game Pass that they're gonna do right now, it don't make no doggone sense. I mean, now all of a sudden now they're gonna come up with a doggone thing yesterday talking about they're gonna do trial, do like 2-hour trials, but the
Oh
developers can
shit.
turn around and put the trial games on the system after 3 months after the game they've been out. I said, wait a second, y'all. I said, let me ask you this, fellas. Now, does that make any damn sense to y'all? Because I'm like this, okay? The last time I mean, I'm talking to Collins. I said there's only like 5 games that I know, maybe 3 or 4 games that I know that does the 2-hour. I mean the trials.
Hmm.
That's Madden. That's
10 hours, I think.
yeah.
Can
They
I
do it for 10 hours. That's Madden, Cyberpunk, and the F1 Formula game that I'm playing now, which I bought. But those are the only 4 games. There's only 3 games that I know who does trials, and they free, and they are free. So Sony ponies, why the hell y'all want to go ahead and? I mean, I had a friend that said, "Well, I think it's okay." I said, "Other words, you think it's okay for you to go ahead and pay for demos?"
Hey,
So you really think it's okay for you to pay demos? There's 155 demos that's on the Xbox right now. Collins, I'm glad that you mentioned that up the other day about the demos because I went to the store and there's 155 demos that we got on the Xbox right now. Okay, now are we paying for them demos?
No,
Heck no.
Hey Tuck, hold on, man. Let Unlimited read Dirk Griggity's super chat there, and I have something to say to Dirk Griggity.
all right, hey,
Oh,
hey. First of all, thank you for the $5, Dirt. He said, "What's up, fellas, man? Just showing some love. Shout out to the homie of the Zinc, and props to the panel. Keep doing your thing. Hey, thanks, Dirt. Hey, man, I enjoy your channel as well. Keep calling out the bullshit, man.
Hey
Entertaining
man,
channel.
so back to Dirt. Dirt and Sean had a show, and they be flipping out over there. Okay, most of the time. So Dirt said, "Hey man, I was thinking about bringing on Crap Gamer. Hey dude, you should have saw the chat flipping out. He was like,
do
fuck
it,
that
do it,
dude."
do it, do it,
oh,
do it, do it,
We were
do it,
tripping
do
out. We did One thing I like about those two dudes, they were tripping out so bad. They were like, man, we don't need them motherfuckers over here. And they slipped up and made me a mod on Sean's channel and a few other guys that hate Sony worse than me. And I can't even delete Chris Hart fast enough because soon as he show up in the chat, guys jump on him and boot his ass off. But there's some funny stuff going on over there.
I
But yeah.
feel bad. I feel bad for Unlimited, man. Good luck trying to talk over Tuck, and also good luck trying to keep your secret identity safe.
Yeah.
Because this nigga would lead Doctor Octopus right to us. Damn, how did they fucking kill how did they kill Zeke? Yo, man, Tuck blasted his name right over there.
oh man, they ain't gonna do that. They crazy, but they ain't that damn crazy.
Like goddamn, man, how the fuck did he bot get ran over by a cement truck? He bought a fucking Tuck, let him know his address. Like, goddamn, nigga.
Hey, you know how that goes with me, young fellas.
Hey,
Shit.
all right, y'all. Hey, so we're about to give our final thoughts and start to wrap it up. It was a great show, man. You know, I always enjoy hanging out with y'all, and especially with the fact that I haven't, we don't really haven't had much time to do much of this lately. So that's always greatly appreciated. But hey, Reaper, man, it's been a while. You got any final thoughts? And also give me your outro.
I was just gonna respond to Mass in the comment section. To first want competition, you gotta understand what your competition is. Sony never understands that. That's not my problem. Number two, my outro would be this. You can always find me on Xbox Live, just floating around. Shout out to the new followers I got recently in the last week. And also shout out to the 2 a.m. Conversation that this random gamer chick with 200K decided to wake me up with. So I appreciate that.
All right.
It was kind
That
of
was
funny
beautiful.
because he's like, you Xbox gamers don't play games, you just play Netflix. I'm like, why do I have number 99 worldwide on Infinite? Nice little speed run. Not my problem, but my point would be is I still beat the game faster than anybody on my
Yep.
list. So
Hey, that's what's up. Hey, Tuck, man, give us your final thoughts and your outro, my man. Let them know where they can find you.
Well, the final thoughts that I can't wait to see. The Sony ponies just fail like they always doing right now. And my outro is like this. Hey, this is your boy DJ Tugmaster, the original pony killer. I don't like ponies, and I hope the hell that ponies don't like me. And one thing I'm gonna do, I'll be like I said, I'll be doing my podcast this weekend since I got something to talk about now. Xbox Lions Den, and I'll probably be on there around 10:30 Central Time when I get off work. So just get ready, just stay tuned to what I got to say. And like I said, at this point in time, I really don't give a care if I get any followers or not. I just want to, get what I have to get out of my system. So, and that's basically about it. And I will be watching Halo tonight. So
I watched episode 6
Yeah.
this morning. It was really good.
Yeah, excellent stuff. E-Rock X, man, always a pleasure to have you. Give us your final thoughts and your outro. Let them know where they can find you.
Hey man, my final thoughts is what T Reaper said was beautiful. In order to understand competition, you have to understand what and who your competition is, and that's why we're where we're at right now with a
That's
certain
why we
company
live in
buying.
lobbies, people. We live in lobbies. We love to farm and we love to enjoy games. Doesn't matter what the game is, just matters that it's fun.
That's right, man. We're living in
that's
an
right.
era where companies are buying publishers and other companies aren't. And it is what it is, man. Imagine waking up every day being angrier. Imagine waking up every day and your sole purpose is to get on Twitter and bitch
The sole
and
purpose is to play
moan
free
and
demos.
cry about your ex-girlfriend. What a terrible life that must be for Jabari
Mhm.
Clark and Porter Rock and all you guys. And all we can do now is laugh. This is E-Rock X, man. You can catch me on the E-Rock X channel. I have no idea when the next Exile podcast will be, but it was great to come in here today and do another Unlimited Truth. It's been a while. Thank you guys for stopping by, and God bless.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, before the last two guys go, real quick, check out Sega Man 101 to his channel, excellent channel. And he has his Alpha Xbox Alpha every Saturday, so please check him out.
Hey.
Excellent, really good guy. And Hebot, man, give us your last thoughts, final thoughts, and your outro, and let them know where you can find you.
Yeah, guys, you guys can find me on my channel on YouTube.
I don't get what
You can find me on the Exile every 2 times a month, and you can find me on the Alpha with my brother Sega Man Saturdays. Here on the Unlimited Truth with my brother Unlimited, and obviously you can find me on social media on Instagram and Twitter under C_respect and at Most Powerful Gamer, capital M, capital H, all one word, all lowercase. And and you can find me in New Jersey, importing, outporting moonshine. You guys want the best in the best in the business? Come out here in Jersey, and we'll link up, and I'll hook you up for good prices.
Oh man.
Hey, and last but not least, Others Inc. Again, always thank you for joining. A last minute addition to the night show. Give us your final thoughts on everything and let them know where they can find you, man.
Man, you can find me wherever you guys are, and lurking in somebody's chat somewhere. But the chat, the show have to be decent if I'm going to say anything. But always like, I didn't even have time to come on the show today, but I just like hanging out with you guys. So get some real talk going on. And to Tuck Master, I I saw the Halo show at 1 a.m. when it first released, and I've seen it 4 times already.
Mm.
Uh, hey man, I'm all into that show. And for those
I,
people that thought
and,
that
and,
they
and
were,
before we get off, I want to point out, like, imagine if they get to season 2, what all that revenue from the show gives Microsoft, Xbox, equities, so on and so forth.
it's
By
ridiculous.
Showtime,
It's ridiculous.
Paramount
And
don't
I'm
matter.
and I'm gonna get out of here on this last comment. Everybody that thought that the show they were just willy-nilly making the show has already referenced 5 books in several instances throughout Halo, the game, for 20 years. Yeah, it
Now, is
has
it
a
is it our
variant.
fault that the fanboys never read the books? No, it's
The
not. But
See,
for the ones that are fans who
That's why
did,
E-Rock says what he says about Sony and wanting them to go away, because these Sony people, their games, they're one and done stories that are kindergarten level. You just can't read the cliff notes and understand what's going on in the Halo game. Like once you have Uncharted story, that's it. There's no depth there. There's no depth there. There's nothing to that universe. Nothing. So that's the thing. It's just the complexity of it all.
I think they've done a really good job with the first 6 episodes. I can't wait to see the finalization of season 1.
Right.
On to episodes 7, 8, and 9.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us. It was a fantastic show. We got the best panels, and at this point we're like an Xbox family because we all support each other. We all try to be there. Also, almost forgot to shout out my brother 100. Check out his show Saturday nights as well. And with that, everybody, enjoy your weekend. Like I always say, the unlimited truth only comes up when the truth is needed. And with that, I am out. We are out.
Boom.